Earlier this year, I set out to beat Portal as fast as possible, but only using the strategies that I could find in my 2 weeks of practice. This run blew the roof off the speedrunning leaderboards, garnering praise from even the most decorated speedrunners.
Oh my god,
That is so unlucky.
Okay, yeah, so maybe it wasn't that great, but what if I took it one step further? This time, my goal isn't just to beat the game as fast as possible. My goal is to beat one of the best Mario speedrunners in the world. The same rules apply. I only have 2 weeks to practice the game, and I'm not allowed to look up any established Mario speedrunning strategies. Can I uncover the tricks that top speedrunners use to get their incredible times? And will it be enough to beat a professional Mario speedrunner?
You do realize that if I win this is going to be the greatest upset in speedrunning history. Now, there's no recovering from this.
Oh, this is bad.
Oh, no!
What the hell?
No.
Damn it. Tell me just I didn't just die on one dash.
He swan dived right into the only hole, the very
No.
first hole.
Well, I, on the other hand, am doing fantastic. Oh, I've already finished.
We needed all hands to the pump, so the whole Terry HQ team was drafted to help me find the strategies that would win this challenge. With 5 of us on the job, it was only a matter of time before we produced a bulletproof strategy to make our mark in speedrunning history.
How did that just happen? Can someone explain?
At least, that's what we expected to happen. I was under the impression that I could just casually waltz onto the speedrunning scene and smash out a sub 5-minute run with ease, but we were quickly finding out that we completely underestimated this game. We were trying to run before we could walk, and the results were pretty predictable.
You are such an idiot.
You suck.
Please,
Sorry,
walk
please,
off,
it's like the
walk
12th
off.
time
I'm
you've
taking
done
offense
that.
to it now. I feel like you're doing it on purpose. He has swan dived into the very first hole of
On the
entire
first
run.
world. and
He's
he
done
just-
like several times now. It's embarrassingly bad.
We started off determined to beat this game, but that was quickly turning into frustration. We rarely made it past World 4, and as time marched on, we weren't thinking about how fast we could beat the game anymore. We were questioning whether we could beat the game at all.
Oh my god, I got it. Oh my god, we just go to YouTube, search up like Super Mario Speedrun, have that playing in the background, and it's like coming over the top of it.
It's like you just stay on the mic and just swear
Oh,
occasionally.
yeah, that's all you need, dude. Just start swearing loudly. No one will know the difference.
There was one silver lining to our incompetence. We were getting really consistent in the early stages. I mean, in part because we never really got past them.
Someone watching will be fooled into believing that this is literally the entire game.
But after warping to World 5, we had no idea how to progress.
I don't know where the next skip is, though. There's 8 worlds. There's got to be another skip. I thought there was a vine or something.
Are we able to find out where the skips are at least?
Nah.
Zero
We're just got to
research.
find it ourselves.
Judging by our timer, there was something we were missing, but surely it wouldn't take us long to figure it out.
Dude, I've been grinding this game. Like, every day since last stream, I've been grinding this game. Every day. I'm a slave to this game.
I went back through every stage, trying to find anything that I might have missed, and in doing so, I found the trick that speedrunners use to beat the game in under 5 minutes.
Nailed it. Nailed the jump. I hit it. Okay, that was really, really good.
Normally there are 18 stages left to overcome, but this vine changes everything. It transports you to a warp zone that takes you directly to World 8. This jump is deceptively precise, but with a little practice, I can up my consistency. With this optimization, I was on pace for my best run yet. There were only 4 stages left standing in the way, but these stages contain some of the biggest challenges of the run. 8-3 is where we first encounter what might be the most unpredictable enemy in the game, and a lapse in focus at this point could cost me everything.
Oh, this is just a terrible outcome. Oh, shit you off, dude. Oh.
I desperately wanted a fire flower for the final stage, but after losing 2 minutes to these Hammer Brothers, my run was hanging by a thread.
These pricks. Of course they have to go in like the worst possible spot. Oh, you are such a dickhead. I swear, I hate you so much. More than words can describe. I can still get it. I almost scrolled it, but I can still get it.
I wasn't about to break any records, but I was on pace for sub 9. Now I just needed to keep my composure.
Get in the stuff and pipe. Now don't stuff up these jumps. Just make it, don't fall. Go, you bitch!
Clocking in at 1,508, my name was now technically on the leaderboards. Nearly 1 week into this challenge, I finally get to see some results, and just for a moment, I felt proud of myself. But soon after, I remembered just how out of my depth I was. I'm not up against just any average speedrunner. I've challenged one of the greatest Mario speedrunners of all time, which leads us to the question that I'm sure is on everyone's mind. How exactly do I expect to stand a chance against Kosmic? I don't. I stand zero chance. Under normal conditions, I stand zero chance against Kosmic, but this challenge isn't under normal conditions. Kosmic isn't playing any percent, and no, this footage isn't slowed down. He's taking on any percent walkathon, which means that for him, running is against the rules.
So that's it. You just walk through the level. That can't be that hard. I mean, if anything, it's easier, right?
Are you familiar with like subpixels? When you do walkathon, you can't jump up to where Bowser is at the very end without doing a wall jump. Basically, I need to wall jump right here. I need to jump off this block because this wall is made up of like a bunch of separate blocks. So technically there's a floor like right here, and I can stand on the floor for 1 frame before it like shoves you out. I have a 2-frame window to even have a chance at the wall jump, and then I have a 2-frame window to jump to the wall jump spot, and then a 1-frame window to actually jump off the wall. If you don't push jump right here, he falls down and dies.
So Kosmic has to worry about frame-perfect inputs, impossible jumps, and by the way, he's speedrunning, while I just need to be able to do some basic platforming, which might be easier said than done. Compared to SMB1, my Portal speedrunning challenge was easy. I spent my 2 weeks trying to find out some flashy looking tricks that made it look like I actually knew what I was doing, and even if I messed up, which I did a fair few times, I could still just reload and try again without a massive penalty. This time, however, I only have 3 lives. If I make too many mistakes in my run, I get sent back to the title screen, effectively cancelling my chances of winning the challenge. And as much as I would have loved to find some bullshit like this, I still can't really tell you what a subpixel is, so maybe I should just rule that out and focus on, getting good. My first strat comes in 1-2, and already my reaction time is being tested. This next jump is only just possible, but I need to take some risks if I want to beat Kosmic. If I get my timing just right, I can strafe back in time to stomp this Koopa and kick the shell to clear the path ahead. This strategy saves around 30 seconds, and if I can pull it off first try, it could be my chance to pull ahead and take an early lead. Now, not to sound like a broken record, but this challenge means I can't look anything up, and yes, this includes power-up locations. So after the painstaking process of mapping out the locations of every power-up in the game, I found out that my options are limited. I can pick up a mushroom in 4-2 before warping to World 8, and I can use this strangely consistent setup to pick up a power-up in 8-2. Yeah, quick note from the editing room. After the fact, I found out that this moment might be the most technical trick of my entire speedrun. I'm obviously no expert, and I was just trying to find strategies that worked, but Kosmic took particular note of this strategy because he's never seen it before.
And then I'll do the grunt strat.
Yep.
Oh baby.
Yeah, baby. Oh, he's a natural.
It's not without its problems. In fact, there's a 20% chance that it just doesn't work. If this bullet fires early, then that's it. There are no more power-ups, and I'll be going into 8-3 with nothing.
I hate these. Worst enemy. Oh, he's coming for me. This is some bullshit, man.
Let's not think about that. Everything's going to be fine. We'll make it. Don't worry about it.
Oh, man, this game is so much fun. It's easy when you have a fire flower, man. All I need to do is not take damage at any point during the run, and it's going to be a breeze right the way to the finish line. Man, Kosmic, he doesn't stand a chance. What have I been worrying about? I've got nothing to worry about. This is... Oh, man, I'm feeling much better now.
Maybe only 40% of my runs make it to 8-4, and by the time I get here, I've got probably a 90% chance of success. But anything can go wrong, and it's not over until I touch the axe. If I can pull everything off in the final run, I should be able to get a time under 7 minutes. But is that actually going to be enough to win this challenge? Kosmic is easily capable of beating my time under normal conditions, but will he be able to do it without running?
This is it, I guess. The culmination of 2 weeks of practicing, countless hours, and it could all be over by dying on the first Goomba, and that's a real reality that I'm facing. Might happen, but something tells me that's That's not something that you're worried about.
No, I can definitely crash and burn, but it won't be on the first Goomba.
This is it. All right, here we go. I gotta make sure if I make a mistake that I keep going and not press load state like I usually do. This isn't practice anymore. This is the real deal, all right? No more save states, no do-overs. Bring it on, Kosmic.
Hey, I'm excited to see what happens now because I was kind of like, dude, I don't know if I'm even gonna finish, but maybe we'll get this. This game is breaking people. You forget what it's like to be new to it.
I was nervous for this challenge, and Kosmic definitely picked up on it. But now that I was past the first Goomba and I didn't have to worry about throwing the entire thing right at the start, the pressure shifted onto the first trick.
1-1 is done. Now it's time for 1-2. Okay, if I miss this, it's not the end of the world, but I've spent so much time practicing this. All right, just don't get in your own head. All right, focus. Rely on your training. Okay. Okay, all right, we're through. Okay, that was pretty good.
I got the trick on the first try, so I had the lead, but not by much.
I'm gonna grab the mushroom. This is mostly for safety, also because... Ooh, that's a hard slide to get.
I was through the first couple of stages without much incident, but considering the fact that Kosmic is walking, my lead is just a mere rounding error.
All right, everything is going according to plan. We're almost halfway.
But now the easy stages are over, and 4-2 is ahead of us.
This is where the men are separated from the boys. All right, shut up. Don't talk. Just focus. Here we go. Got it. Okay, I got it. Come on, get up.
Getting to World 8 with only 2.5 minutes on the timer is amazing pace. I was ahead of Kosmic in this race, but he had a plan to make up the difference.
This is where you may have your jaw on the floor, like what is happening. So when I get Mario farther towards the right side of the screen, I can go in this pipe over here without scrolling the screen as much as you normally would have to go in the pipe. So it sends me to where the vine would.
What I thought was saving me time was actually losing 20 seconds when compared to Kosmic's exploit. Considering my advantage, this race shouldn't be this close. But coming up next was World 8, where his category restriction really starts to hurt.
Here's the first hardest, like, walkathon thing. You have to get these Goombas coming, and then bounce on them. Okay. Pipe jump. We're doing pretty well so far.
Here comes one of the biggest run killers. Whew, okay, glad that's over with.
There were only 3 levels left to go, but 8-2 decides how difficult those levels will be.
If this bullet bill spawns early, I am going to shit my pants. If I don't get this power up, this could be the run right here. Like, this could end the run. No exaggeration, so excuse me while I focus. Shit, that was... How did I not take damage right there? Like, that must have been a pixel. Maybe 2 pixels, that was too close.
Okay, 8-2 is pretty tough. We need to get a bullet bill to help us cross a gap. Here we go. Kind of nervous. Perfect. Nice, good stuff.
Look, Kosmic was starting to make this look a little bit too easy.
Oh, hello. Bullet bill glitch.
Okay, jump now. No, bullet, no. Okay. Come on, up you get. Very good. All right, 8-3.
This was the final stretch. Not every run makes it to this point, so I needed to make sure that this one counted. I needed to focus and make sure I didn't waste this.
The only, like, truly consistent way to get past them is to try and, like, battle each one individually, and it's just really easy to take damage.
Oh my shit, why would you jump there? You bastard. Don't choke this jump. Oh, come on, get up! Get up, you idiot! Oh. Dude, I need to relax. I almost stuffed that up twice. 8-4.
This was the end of the game, and there wasn't even a minute to separate us. There was 1 level left to decide everything, and any single input could make the difference. I don't need to explain why I was nervous in this final stage, and I definitely don't need to explain why Kosmic was nervous. He was about to attempt something that only a few speedrunners have ever successfully completed. In fact, if he pulls this off, he'll be the 12th person in history to do this.
I have to do a frame perfect trick, a wall jump. That means I have 1/60th of a second to jump off the wall. And even the jump to the spot where you jump off the wall is a 30th of a second window. So it's really hard. If I get up here, I'm gonna be so ecstatic.
All right, clean pipe entry. Can we get it? Okay. No cheaps. Don't land on me, please. All right, perfect.
Losing the run at this point would be devastating, so I fell completely silent.
Holy shit, I've done it. 6:27.
Kosmic was on pace to become the 8th fastest player to ever complete the walkathon category.
Yes! Done! I pulled it off.
Kosmic and I went back and did a full breakdown and analysis of both of our speedruns. If you want to hear more about the strategy, the history, and what Kosmic really thinks of my strats,
We are on about 6:08 pace. So we'll see where he loses 20 seconds in this level.
Well, slow as shit run then, I guess. What a noob.